Hey, this is Tommy Chong, and welcome to Bourbon Soaked Live.
Woo! Hey there, y'all. I'm Juliette Miranda, and welcome to Bourbon Soaked Live, your Monday night hotspot on YouTube for cocktails and conversation. Whoa, that is a potent bourbon. Super duper potent. And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but behind the camera right now is David the producer, and he's drinking the same thing I am.
David the producer, yeah!
There you go.
Really?
I love having my own theme music, thanks to Wes.
You play this when you enter the bathroom, when you enter the bedroom. You play it all the time.
You play me? If you had your own, hype music, wouldn't you use it?
Yes, I suppose I would.
Oh, you totally would. No ideas for Wes, or else you're going to have your own.
Yes, we should give credit where it's due, and our delightful David the producer introduction was created by our friend Wes. So
Absolutely.
I suppose I should say thank you.
Cheers to Wes.
So how you doing tonight, David the producer?
I'm doing awesome for a Monday, but
Excellent.
Every day seems like it's the day before because just staying at home, I have to look at a calendar or my computer or something to say, what day is it again?
Well, you know it's Monday night because Bourbon Soak Live is on.
That's right.
Woohoo.
And you will never let me forget that.
I will not. You're the producer.
Hey, got some people in the chat.
I got
Say
some
hello.
friends in the chat. Well, let's say hello. We've already acknowledged our friend Wes. Thanks for being here. I see Dave from Echoplex Gamer is here as well.
Not a great gamer. Probably with Ganna, I'm guessing.
I would hope so.
I didn't know she flew back yet, but my guess is probably not.
Well, either way, I am so glad y'all are joining us tonight. This is kick-ass. And I gotta say, if there's going to be a lockdown going on around the country right now, I've got the bourbon you want by your side. Because seriously, y'all, this is hardcore stuff. I'm drinking Old Granddad 114, and if there's a bourbon that can kick your ass and you'll feel totally good about it, it's this. So that 114, that means it's 114 proof. So, whoo, it's got the potent kick.
I'm digging it.
It's seriously good.
It's pretty rough for a Monday, but...
What the fuck, it's Monday night. We're on lockdown, who cares? It's really bold. So you get that first drink and you are just like hit with all those spices. You get cinnamon, but it also has a little bit of an orange thing going on, which is why I like it. And Ginger and Will, I saw you guys are back in the chat. Ginger, if you really want a kick-ass whiskey sour, I feel like Old Granddad 114 is the way to go. It would really, really, really bring out the citrus flavors in it while giving you a little bit of spice. Totally good stuff.
It is good. And you said it's high rye, right?
High rye, yeah. I forget the exact proportions in the mash, but it's corn, high rye, and a little bit of malted barley.
Cool.
Ginger, this is actually a really inexpensive, not quite bottom shelf bourbon. I think
It's
our
pretty
bottle
close.
is maybe like $25.
Yeah, it's only $25. It's for the proof and for how it's aged and the taste.
We started here. I had one ice cube added to my cocktail here because I just want to make sure I can maintain throughout the rest of the show because, well, you know me, I get a little crazy around here.
You know what? I need to add A little bit more bourbon in my bourbon.
Oh, good. That's just what we need. David, the producer, sleeping on the job.
Sleeping. I'm just going to touch all the buttons. All the buttons will be touched.
Great.
And I'm not even...
Now, whore David out for something.
Oh, right?
I see Halos and Heathens. Neil just had an old-fashioned. Ooh, good cocktail. Margot is wondering how my hair is so great under lockdown. Hashtag my roots are showing. Margot, I got the roots going in right here. I just covered them up with a kind of deeper part. However, on the down low, I've got the hookup with my hairstylist and my colorist. She's whipping me up a very special batch of root touch-up, which I'm going to be getting my greedy little hands on in a couple of days.
Well, I'm the one who gets to do the touch-up on it, so
you are.
Better be careful.
Oh, maybe we should do that live.
Oh, that's frightening. Want to tell people how to like, subscribe, and all the fun stuff?
Yes, I do.
Before you get too hammered?
You are watching Bourbon Soak Live. I'm Juliette Miranda. If you like what you see, just give it a big old thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel and share it in your feed so that, we can all hang out together on Monday nights and get to know each other a little bit better. So there.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. And speaking of, what do you say we talk a little bit about hashtag Bourbon Soak Live? Hashtag Bourbon Soak Live, y'all. This is our little getting to know you routine. During the show, snap a photo of yourself watching, post it to Twitter using hashtag Bourbon Soak Live, and we will feature it on the show, like we're going to do right now, David the producer.
Yes, I'm just letting people know that they may have experienced a little bit of buffering. I think that our neighbors are using all of our bandwidth. God only knows, but it looks like the stream is back in excellent condition, at least according to our good friends at YouTube.
Yeah, there's very little we can do about that, unfortunately.
Yes, our neighbors suck, and we can prove it.
So back to hashtag Bourbon Soak Live from last week. Another first-time viewer would be Justin Mello. Thanks so much for taking your photo and sharing it with us. It's great to see you, and I hope we'll be seeing a little bit more of you here. And of course, our friend Ginger.
She's got to make the memes of the show.
Yeah, that was a quote from David the producer last week, who was talking a little bit about something unfortunate that he offered his mother once.
Yeah, if you offer your mother cocaine, that's usually not a good thing. But I was in my 20s, and I have lots of other excuses. But let's move on.
Moving right along. Apparently, one of the mics is out, David the producer.
Really? Should be good now.
What happened?
Oh, it's the battery. Just give me 1 second, and there'll be battery replacements.
Just put a new battery in there yesterday.
I know. I think the problem is that this unit's going to have to go back because it's just sucking up the batteries.
Yeah, that can't be right.
Nope. It's not right. But,
We know! Jesus Christ, people!
I love when you get salty and drunk.
I'm not even drunk, I'm just annoyed.
I know, you're annoyed at this damn unit. I got it. It's operational. Hold on. Hold, please. There you go. You're good.
There we go.
See, technical problems never seem to go away with me.
I don't know what it is with that unit, because you put a new battery in there. I watched you put a new battery in it.
Yeah, I did that for Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
All right, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's all right. We're good to go now. Life is good.
All right, and we're back. So let's show off our friend Blended Whiskey. Look at that fucking car.
That car is beautiful.
That is badass. If you are going to be cruising around town when the streets are empty, that is the one you want to be in.
Hell yeah.
Whew, you are my hero. And I know you had to cancel your New Orleans plans, but don't worry. The next time you guys, arrive in New Orleans, we're going to be living there.
That's right.
Ha.
And you want to cover this one?
Yes, I do. This is from tonight. This is Ginger and Will. Will has a new beer that he's drinking, and if he could give us a little bit more details about it in the chat. I think you said that it has kind of like a peach thing going on, and that sounds like something I would enjoy drinking. So that it's not quite as, hoppy. Does that make sense? I don't really know beer that well, I'm afraid.
I think so. Yeah.
But I love it. Those two are so adorable.
We have some people that have just joined us. We have our good friend from Malted in Montreal, Swami, who joined us on Saturday as well.
Ah, yes, Mr. Swami is here. And I know we've got some other bourbon friends in the chat as well. Nero Trigger is here. Donna Cantor is here.
Charles Ashworth.
And Ginger is drinking Larceny Bourbon in her whiskey sour. That's awesome.
Ooh, and Wendell Live popped
Nice
in as
choice. Well, all right. And yes, y'all, we are well aware that the audio has blipped out on us, but looks like we've got it all working again.
I think we're in great shape now.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
And Anthony Redneck, Way of Life, has also just joined us. Will is saying that the beer he's drinking is open air fermented sour, so it's not beer flavored at all. Mm-hmm. Slightly salty, a little sour, kind of funky, peach flavored. Interesting. Interesting. I might actually be up for trying that one.
Not I.
Not at the moment, because I'm rapidly getting hammered on old granddad. But what do you say, y'all? We get to tonight's topic at hand. So tonight we're going to be talking about side hustles. And in this time right now where we're all, a little uncertain about what could be happening with our careers, it's a perfect opportunity to kick up some sort of crazy side hustle. So in the chat, I want your opinions on things. So either you've had experiences doing this or, you know somebody who did. I just want to get, your feedback on these things, hear your stories. And of course, I'm sure it'll devolve into some sort of sexual innuendo within the first 5 minutes.
Like they always do.
Like we do, because we're good at that.
Hey, and if they have any side hustles that they're doing or that would be cool for other people to learn about, people are always looking for extra cash right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure you share them because, if y'all can get something out of this show, aside from, a drunken me babbling at you for an hour, all the better. So our first topic is one that I know y'all are familiar with, and that would be being a rideshare driver. But David, you were telling me that you read some stats recently on how it's kind of got an unexpected boom.
It has. Most people think that the Lyfts and the Uber, companies that are out there have taken a huge hit. And in one side of their business, they have. So, obviously people aren't driving to the airport like they used to. Matter of fact, they said that rides were generally down like 70%. That said, they're picking up a ton of new drivers right now because that business plus some has picked up because of Uber Eats.
Uber Eats, yeah.
Absolutely. That they can't get enough drivers to do home food delivery right now.
Well, it's really, I've never done it personally, but we've talked to a lot of our drivers and a lot of the Uber Eats delivery people, just asking them, kind of how they feel about it, how it's working out for them. And aside from some of the drunken horror stories that the Uber drivers and the Lyft drivers have told us about,
right,
it actually isn't such a bad gig.
No, because you can pretty much demand or dictate your own hours. And while you can't always dictate the rides that you take, because you do get dinged from what one of the drivers was telling us, that if you don't accept certain pickups, that you get dinged for it.
Yeah, there's kind of like a hierarchy to how you get called in for rides.
Right.
Yeah.
A certain amount, and I can't remember what that number is, but if you're interested in looking for some extra cash, rideshare is not a bad option right now.
Yeah, just don't pick us up.
Right? we're a problem.
Well, unfortunately, we mostly have used it when we go back and forth to the casino.
Right.
And coming home from the casino with us in the back seat of your car can definitely be a little bit of a daunting prospect. We're either uber chatty or one of us is passed out.
And that one of us is usually me.
That would be you. You get so sleepy.
I get sleepy.
You have this,
long night of gambling.
Gotta close my eyes here and now.
Yeah. Narcoleptic.
You are. Yeah, that's why I will not drive with you late at night.
Nope.
It's not a good thing.
Hey, did you see what William said?
Will says our side hustles don't make any money, unfortunately. And then he says, I used to work concerts and sell the concert t-shirts on eBay afterwards.
Oh, see, that's a smart side hustle.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
At least you're not selling them out of the trunk of your car during the concert.
Right. Wendell says he needs to try Uber Eats, and to be quite honest, we've never used that service yet.
Yes, we have.
Uber Eats?
Yeah.
I thought we used the Lyft one.
No. We've used Uber Eats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, we've used both,
Right.
but it just depends on what we're in the mood for.
Oh.
Because
well, there
certain
you
places
go.
only
Usually
deliver.
we're DoorDash people, so.
Yeah, I love DoorDash.
Well, and they're looking for people too.
Absolutely.
I got a notification email from them saying, "Hey, have you considered driving for DoorDash?" I'm
I
like,
know, when I get my craving for Portillo's.
"Yeah,
Oh, y'all, Portillo's. I don't know if you're in the Chicago area, but it's an Italian beef sandwich, and it's probably the one thing I'm going to miss the most when we move to New Orleans is this fucking beef sandwich. It's just dripping with jus. It's so good. It's actually a little bit like a po' boy. So, I mean, I do have a good replacement for it, but it's not quite the same thing.
See, Halos and Heathen said, currently our only side hustle is YouTube.
And it's barely enough for a long weekend.
Hey, that's not bad.
Hey, you can't
right?
complain about that.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah.
It's like the little, advertising dollars that we scrape in from the podcast and, the free bourbon.
Well, that's a different story. He goes on to say, I used to do more freelance work, but don't have the time with the longer commute. Yeah. Commuting sucks. And I'll tell you, that's one thing that I don't miss from this whole, staying at home thing, the driving and everything else.
Well, yeah, you're not traveling as much as you were.
Not traveling at all.
I mean, I've always worked from home as it is,
Right.
With the occasional random bad acting gig, but
There's no such thing as bad acting.
oh
There's
no,
just
there
bad
is.
roles.
There is. There's that commercial with me and those two children, and that is a bad acting
That
gig.
is pretty bad.
I see your friend Larry has joined us, and he is saying that beef and pizza, that's what he misses most in Texas. Please send some.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll have to get to. You can order Portillo's frozen.
You can order that and Gino's and
Gino's
Pizzeria Uno.
Right.
Yeah. Although I'm not such a pizza fan that I'm really going to be jonesing for Chicago pizza.
Ah.
I don't think.
Yeah, Ron just joined the chat.
Oh, Ron
Real
is
World
here.
Canadian. Yeah, Wicked Canadian. Sorry. Want to read Williams?
Will is saying that they have their side hustle. The Ginger is the co-star on the podcast. We spend more on it than it makes. Yeah.
Podcasting is a labor of love.
That's the deal with podcasting. I mean, it's unfortunate that it doesn't immediately just rake in the money, but if you enjoy doing it, it's part of the deal. Oh, and Margot is taking off, but thanks for joining us, Margot. And y'all check out Book versus Movie. Margot also has another podcast called Fit Bottom Girl, and then also the Neighbor Best Neighbor podcast. I believe that's the name of it. She's a busy gal when it comes to podcasting.
Yeah, she's got a lot on her plate.
Epic Film Guys want to know if we're earning 7 figures on our show yet. Yes, they're preceded by zeros and a decimal.
I was going to say there's 7 figures, but just don't tell them where the decimal is.
You do a podcast for 4 years. We're going on 5 now.
Going on 5.
We're actually doing okay now.
Yeah.
We've worked with we've got a couple of ad agencies that are doing some good for us and giving us some sponsors. So it's coming along. I can't complain.
Yeah, not so much these days. But it took us 4 years to get there.
It takes a long time and a shit ton of work to get there.
We
but,
really put in our time.
I see Pusha is here. They can't hang out in the chat too long, but they're listening in. So, guys, thanks for being here. Really appreciate that.
Awesome.
This bourbon is just hitting the spot.
You say that every week.
Yeah, but this one's doing really good.
I'm digging it.
I got to slow down on it because, like, that 114 proof will just knock you on your ass.
Yeah, you'll be seeing dead relatives in about 30 minutes.
So what do you say we move this along to our next side hustle?
You got it.
This is one of my favorites.
I just like the picture of the hot teacher.
That is an awesome photo. Becoming an online teacher is actually weirdly lucrative if you get into the right field because most of the time you don't need to provide any credentials for what you're teaching.
Well, I did it.
That's right, you did.
I did online. It was an online course company. This was back in the .com days, and they were paying through the roof.
That's right.
Crazy. But you could still do this. Now, they're still looking for, I mean, there's obviously areas where you need to be accredited, an accredited teacher to do certain things, but there's a lot of companies that if you have an expertise in something, or it's even something that you just like to teach, and music teaching is a perfect example.
Yeah, that's a big one, is teaching somebody like guitar
Lessons,
or
yeah.
piano.
This is the perfect time to do that if you want to, pick up some extra dough. Doing those online consultations, online lessons, online, practice, whatever you want to do.
And I think it works best if you are the one giving the lessons. I wouldn't recommend actually taking lessons from anybody online because seriously,
A little sketchy.
I was doing a little bit of research on this and I discovered that I can very quickly become an English teacher online.
Well, you have a degree in communications.
I do. However, that doesn't make me even remotely qualified to teach English.
No, it does not. But
I mean, I
I
could.
take English. Well, it depends on what you were wearing, but generally, I'd say yes. I would take English classes from you.
Thanks. Thanks. Well, all right. Halos and Heathens say, I knew a teacher and he had to have a degree, and they helped him get a master's degree so he could teach more. Was that specifically online? Because I know, I actually experience of my job career ever. It was truly horrible. They put me in a second grade classroom, and I hate children with a violent passion. I just do. I don't like them. And when I went in, I'm like, oh, great, maybe they'll give me the seventh grade class. I can handle that. I can handle eighth graders. I can even handle fifth graders. But second graders.
Oh, that's brutal.
It was.
They're not learning. You're corralling.
That's exactly what I was doing. Then one kid actually crapped his pants while I was in the room. And it was so horrible because he was mad because I wouldn't let him get out of his seat. And so he sat there and he kind of had his arms crossed and he's making this funny face. And this little girl raises her hand and she goes, he's pooping. Like she's seen this before. And now I've got this poor little kid sitting there like crapping his pants in the classroom. I had to deal with it. And let's just say, I don't know what was going on in there, but it didn't stay put.
Yep, there you go.
It was terrible. And I never taught again.
Did you see Swami's, Malton and Montreal up there? Topless Twitch.
Topless Twitch gamers is a great side hustle. Okay, hang on to that thought, Swami, because we're going to get to that in another couple of minutes.
Believe it or not, there is a subtopic.
I see our friend Andrew Sherwin has joined us with the PETM Posse. Another great podcast is the PETM Racing Podcast. I love these guys. They're super educated. They know what they're talking about when it comes to racing. They've got great guests on. Love you boys. Thanks for joining.
Absolutely.
Oh. And drinking a Manhattan.
Ooh.
That's a good cocktail
nice
right
and
there.
classy.
So I'm drinking Old Granddad 114. And I think this would actually do really well in a Manhattan also because it has that super high proof. It's got a really potent spice flavor to it, but it also has a little bit of a fruit note. So like I was telling Ginger, it'd make a great whiskey sour. And I feel like it would work really well with the vermouth in a Manhattan also.
Right.
Super
and for
good.
the price point, this is, this is a go-to. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
$25
yeah.
a bottle.
$25 a bottle. Cannot go wrong.
Not at all.
I see that Ginger is saying that second graders are herding cats. Absolutely. Yep. Malton in Montreal says, children are darling. No. No, they're not.
And that's why he has none.
And that's why I have none.
Right?
Can you imagine? Oof. I couldn't even handle child actors in that commercial.
No, you couldn't handle real children.
One of them was a little snot, too. He was, a professional child actor. And he kept telling me, that's not your mark. I just fill in for a friend who's a casting agent. So I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and this little kid is like correcting me, and he couldn't have been more than like 7, the little fuckhead.
And didn't he have a like stage parent or stage mom there?
Oh,
that
a
was,
stage
brutal?
mom. Yeah, she was also a treat.
Yeah, there you go. Children, darling.
And Ginger, if you could show her comment, she says that she has no kids of her own, only a stepkid, and he's great. Yeah, cheers to stepkids.
Yep. See, you have stepkids and you love them.
I do, yeah.
They're all older now.
They're all adults. I think when I first met them, the youngest was in her teens. So
Yeah, right. That was 12 years ago.
I can handle teenagers.
Right.
That's not a problem.
Jimmy C just came into the room.
Jimmy C, and he says, I agree, kids are so not worth the trouble. Yeah, cheers to that. I think we need to move this on to a little more of a racy suggestion for side hustles. Let's get into the adult services. And I think Swami, Malted in Montreal, kicked it off by suggesting that you could do topless videos.
Topless Twitch gaming stream.
Not even
I
necessarily.
don't even think they allow that, really.
I
but,
don't think they do. However, webcam is incredibly
Webcam
lucrative.
services, yeah. That's
Oh my God.
huge.
Huge. And really, if you get yourself a couple of regulars, and I know I sound like I'm a pimp right now, but
Yeah, you seem to know the insides of the business.
you know, you get yourself some friends, you get a couple of people who, you know, have a schedule with you, you will be set. And you can charge whatever the fuck you want.
How much do they charge? Do you have any idea?
No idea, but I'm guessing it's a couple hundred an hour.
Really?
Some of them do, yeah. Or what they also do is they have wish lists on Amazon,
Right.
and they require you to make certain purchases off of that.
Well, another side hustle that's part of the adult services industry, and we actually know some people that do this, are the phone sex girls.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, because you really don't have to do anything.
You don't. No, you just sit there, you know, you have a conversation.
Make a little dirty talk and then,
Little,
collect the coins.
Do the talkie-talkie for however long, and then you're done.
I need to start making those phone calls. Oh, you don't make those phone calls, do you?
No, they
have to
come
go-
into you. They're through a service. You can't just pick
No,
up
I'm
the
just
phone.
going to start picking up the phone and calling people and say, hey, what are you wearing?
You are not at a slumber party. That's something I would have done when I was 12.
But they pay me to do that.
Halos and Heathens are saying foot fetishes are a thing. You don't even have to show your face. And oh my God, yes. I had a guy reach out to me on Instagram about my feet
Yeah, just recently.
and he was so nice about it. I mean, nothing weird or anything like that. Just saying, hey, you know, I heard you say that you're uncomfortable with your feet because I have bunions. They're horrendous. But he was just like,
yeah.
I think your feet are nice. And I'm like, well, that's awfully sweet of you. But now he's like gone through my entire Instagram feed and liked all the pictures of my feet. So I'm thinking,
So there you go.
wow, maybe we can, you know, ring in a little bit of cash here
Yeah.
off my stupid bunions.
Wes says I have a pretty mouth. Yes, I would. I could totally nail that job.
I think you should.
So I got the deeper voice, so I can, do a little, some lonely housewives.
Now, you have to be gender fluid here, mister.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, you know, spread the love around. That voice is a
Hey,
good
I'd
one.
have no problem with that at all.
Well, there you go.
You kidding me? That's just $20 an hour or $20 every 10 minutes. What? How much should I charge? Actually, I don't even know. See, that's how
Well-
stupid I am in
Well,
this business.
you need to keep it low at first, right? Imp?
You would.
I totally would. I mean, let's get some money off that voice.
Now, how about obviously the oldest adult service, which is prostitution? That's a little risky.
Well, that's trickier because they frown on that in most states. And I think if you're going to do it in Las Vegas, you kind of have to go through like an organization, don't you? Or,
What do you mean an organization?
well, like the Bunny Ranch. You can't
Oh
just...
yeah, well they're tested. I don't think you have to be part of an organization, but
Oh.
they just have certain testing requirements that they have to go through, and it is, I think, monitored through the state in some form or fashion, but I don't know how.
I don't know how. I've never gotten that far.
Right.
I've
And-
never actually decided I was going to become a bunny at the ranch, but
Yep, and Swami says David keeps sending me pictures of his feet. Not complaining. Thanks, bro.
and Pusha says I would throw David a $5 to read off my text messages for me.
Hey, see, I got my next side hustle.
I really feel like I need to do something with you.
People have actually reached out to me to do voiceover, and I said no because I
You just
it's not
don't
something-
care. It's not your thing.
Well, it's not even something that would be fun for a hobby for me, right? But I mean, it was very nice of him to ask. It was very cool of him to ask, but yeah, I just don't think I want to get into the voiceover business.
See, I really feel like it would be fun to whore you out just a little bit.
Yeah, you would.
But Dave Larson doesn't agree. He says, no offense, but I wouldn't hire David.
Yeah, see,
Wah, wah.
everyone's got their haters.
Now, speaking of things that you could, whore out, I am fascinated by the people who sell their underwear online. Like, this is crazy to me, the fact that you can actually build up a clientele, shoot some photos of yourself wearing your panties or whatever, and then mail them off to somebody who's going to do whatever it is they're going to do with it. I think that's fucking awesome.
It's genius. It's amazing that people would actually spend money on that, but hey, everyone has their own thing.
I love making money off kink. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah. And there's really no kink in that other than on the other end. Well, the only creepy part, I guess, would be thinking about what they're doing to your panties, but they're not yours anymore, so who cares?
Well, right, they're no longer on my person, so
Right.
what do I care?
Yeah. Patrick's asking me if I still have the red dress. Yes, I do. No, actually, I threw it away.
Yeah,
In our
Yeah,
effort to
it
clean up
didn't,
and move, it didn't make the move.
didn't make the move, but
No, I'll have to get a new one when I get to NOLA.
it's okay because come red dress runtime, assuming it's still on, and God willing it is, in this August, I'm going to get a whole new red dress for David.
Did you see Halos and Heathens?
What
at
did
the top?
Halos and Heathens say? Neil and David, the producer, could do it. Oh, but they are taking off, so thanks so much for joining us tonight, guys. It was great chatting with you. And Epic Film Guys would really like me to whore you out as much as possible.
Well, of course Nick is going to say that.
Well, either way. Ginger says, so much pussy, so little time.
Yeah. Yeah,
And we do have a request for the mayonnaise cannon. I don't think that shirt made it through the purge.
No, it's still it's in my closet still.
It is?
Yes.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
That's coming to NOLA with us.
The mayonnaise cannon.
Mayonnaise cannon shirt, yes.
I suppose if there's any place on this planet that you could wear it, it would be okay. It would be
In
New Orleans.
New Orleans, of course. They don't care what you wear out there. Well, I got to keep some things.
I suppose that's a part of who you are.
Boy, is that a nice way of saying you're really an asshole.
Never say that. In case you didn't notice, David, the producer, our heat just turned on.
Oh, you can't hear it through the system. Don't worry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Does that mean we can
Please.
use the air conditioner?
It's the same thing. Yep.
Because
Absolutely.
for like the last million episodes, you kept telling me, no, we can't run the air conditioner while we go live because that will,
I just like seeing you sweat.
Oh, good.
We're good.
Speaking of sweat, you can also sell that online.
Yeah, there is a market to sell your sweat.
Yeah. Like, how do you sweat into something? Like, do you capture it in a little, like
vial or something?
vial? I mean, drag it across your skin? I don't sweat that much, so I don't really understand how that works.
You don't do it at all. You just put a little salt and some water and sell it as your sweat.
Oh. Well, I know these people like photographic proof. Like, they want to see you in your sweaty T-shirt.
Ah, okay. Well, you could fake those shots too.
I guess you could, but that seems like, I mean, if I'm going to do it, if I'm going to sell my panties or whatever it is, I want it to be genuine. I'm not going to screw somebody out of that. That just seems like an asshole move.
Well, in Japan, they actually have vending machines that sell used panties.
They're not used. They're new, aren't they?
Oh, no, ma'am.
Okay, so hang on. I need more clarification on the panty vending machines.
Yes.
Where do the panties come from? How long are they in the vending machines?
They're sourced. I have no idea
They're
how long
sourced
they're there.
panties.
Yes.
Ginger, I need a meme for sourced panties.
Putting her to work.
I don't understand, though. I mean, is there like just a troop of girls wearing panties and then shipping them off to some vending machine industry dude who then boxes them and puts them in the machine?
Right.
Do you get to see the chick who's wearing the panties first, or are they just like random panties? I want my panties to have a backstory.
I don't know much about the Japanese panty market.
God damn it!
As much as you would like to think I would.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yes.
Well, this is disappointing.
We'll find out. We'll do some research and do a part 2 next week.
We're going to need a part 2. Malton in Montreal says, what about those Japanese chicks that eat weird shit like live shrimp and crabs? How is that a turn on? There's this whole crazy Japanese fetish, I guess. Not just about eating weird things, but about eating altogether. I was watching, I got sucked into some disgusting YouTube wormhole about this chick who posts videos of herself eating these like 5,000 calorie lunches. She's got to be bulimic because the chick is like, she's got a nice figure. She's not overweight. And she sits there for, 30, 45 minutes and she just eats everything in front of her and converses. She'll be chowing down on some gigantic cheeseburger and cheese fries and a malt and all this food and just, chatting away.
It's called mukbang. Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's called mukbang.
I couldn't remember.
It's been on YouTube for like forever.
It's
There's
fascinating
a whole bunch of people
to
that
me.
do
Like,
mukbang, but they're starting to like.
are they cracking down on
Yeah,
it?
they're cracking down on it. for
YouTube
some
is
weird
becoming
reason.
such like Big Brother. It's stupid.
Yeah, but
I mean, you can't control what people do to watch videos.
right. But there's also that weird Japanese tentacle porn.
Well, we've talked about tentacle
Yeah.
porn before.
Yes, we have.
But I'm fascinated by the eating thing. Like, I could do that.
Yeah,
No problem. Give me a bowl of macaroni and cheese and I will eat the shit out of that for you.
This is true.
But yeah, that live shrimp and crab stuff, isn't that how coronavirus started?
Bat.
It was bad.
That's the rumor, or the people
Well,
said it could have started from something that
Yes,
was.
that's my completely inaccurate and, asshole comment. Please don't take any of that seriously.
We're just making jokes.
Yeah. Because that's what we do.
What are you reading?
I'm just reading all the comments about mukbang.
Yeah.
Well, one, I didn't know that it was called mukbang. I knew there was a name for it, but that's a fascinating one. And Ginger says, I heard that the men's underwear from vending machines in Japan have smaller dick holes than the American men's underwear. Who told you that, Ginger?
Which Japanese businessman are you speaking
Is that
to?
a credible source?
I want to know where she gets her Japanese dick hole
That
knowledge
seems
from.
Incredibly inconvenient.
Yes.
And how do they know? I mean, is there just a standard?
Yeah, extra wide for me.
We weren't talking about you.
Oh,
We're talking
okay, I'm
about
sorry.
generally.
Oh, that's okay.
And Epic Film Guys wants to order some for a friend. Close around it.
I'll order one for a friend.
So I think we've beaten this horse to the ground,
I think we have.
or something. So
Hey, by the way, other people, if you do have your own side hustle or a side hustle that you think would be cool to share with other people that are trying to make a little extra money during the time that we're in right now, feel free to share.
yeah, absolutely. Tell us about it, and we will. We'll give it our consideration.
Wow.
That's what we do here, right? I mean, we take these crazy topics and then we, consider them in our own special way.
True.
And our next topic, hometown tour guide. And I love this. I am totally going to do this when we get to New Orleans. I am going to become the unofficial New Orleans tour guide. I'm just going to walk up to a bunch of drunk people and say, hey guys, want to go on a tour? And see what happens.
That's for places that do that have high levels of tourism. I don't think this is
You
something
can-
that a lot of people could do.
You can do it anywhere. And I don't just mean like like I said, if you actually advertise yourself on sites like, TripAdvisor, how well you know your hometown, people are always driving through towns and they love tours of shit. I don't understand it, I don't do it, but people love to be taken on tours. So, hey, put together a list of your hometown hotspots, like the town hall and, the oldest building in town, the site where you lost your virginity. I don't know. But you can totally make money doing this.
I wonder how much a tour guide gets.
You can charge whatever you want. And it's all cash.
Yeah, I would imagine that would be relatively true. Huh.
Ginger wants a video of a hometown tour. We will totally do that.
Oh,
the
you're not
second
gonna
there are
keep
people
her
let
out.
out in the streets in New Orleans, I will do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Oh, you'll be giving private tours. I know you will.
Well, we do that a little bit when we see some of the ghost tours, because you can tell the charlatan ghost tours in just a heartbeat, because they overhype things and they get all of their facts wrong.
Right.
So we will actually stand on the outskirts of these ghost tours and make little comments to ourselves like, wrong, lies.
You have been known to disrupt a few ghost tours.
I have done that.
That one lady was very mad at you.
Oh, the one at the Bourbon Orleans.
Yep.
Yeah, she was pissed.
I thought she was literally going to stab you.
Yeah. Well, what were you going to do, I mean, she was trying to chase us out of the hotel ballroom when we had every right to be there.
Oh, and Poos has got to take off, so thanks so much for hanging out here. I hope we get a chance to see you guys soon.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll be on one of your lives checking that out real soon.
Yeah, excellent to see y'all. I see Will is saying that he could for sure run a beer tour in Grand Rapids, but he'd have to not drink beer while he does it.
Oh, yeah. A beer tour. That's a great idea.
Good idea, because I know there are a lot of distilleries in the Michigan area.
Yeah, and you could totally set those up with the distilleries, and I'm sure that they would even pay you to bring in people for tours.
Well, there's an idea.
Yeah.
Partner with your local, whatever it is, distillery, or, whether it's like a historic
A bar.
society,
Could
a
be bars.
bar. Yeah.
Yeah, you
could
do
do
bar
pub crawls.
Yeah.
It's actually a really good idea.
Make some extra dough.
Although Ginger is laughing and says, "Good luck, Willie." Well, that's not a vote of confidence, Ginger. Apparently you know something we don't.
See, I think for this hometown tour to really take off, you'd have to do something like in a bigger city, right? Or at least a good size, because
Well, it needs to
you're
be
not
a
gonna do it in
drive.
the suburbs.
It needs to be a drive-through town, something off of a freeway.
Well, I'm talking about like a major or tertiary city, right?
Right, exactly.
Like an NFL kind of city.
Well, I'm thinking about our drive from Chicago down to, say, Nashville.
Yes.
There are little Kentucky towns there that are right off 65 that have all sorts of crazy roadside destinations. I think you could, pull people off the highway and kind of do one of those, quick tours of everything. Hey, I'll show you all the sites and you don't have to think about it.
That's a good idea.
And I think actually that would work with the Bourbon Trail too. And I know there are organizations that do this. The Kentucky Bourbon Trail is not a trail. I hate to break the myth.
Hundreds of miles of road.
In the middle of nowhere. Like, we're talking way off the GPS. So I think if you were to offer kind of like an Uber-style car service that took people from distillery to distillery, you could get at least 7 hours out of them.
Oh, easy.
Easy, because it takes you at least an hour and a half to get from one distillery to the next.
And you're going to want to, make sure that you put it in like the visitation magazines. What do they call those things? Visitor guides?
The visitor guides, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Put it in the visitor guides, and you'll pick up all the tourist rubes.
Exactly. I think that's genius.
Yeah.
Hell, I'd do it if we lived in Kentucky. Well, I don't drive. Well, I mean, I drive. I just don't drive well.
There
And
you go.
like Will, I don't think I could find my way to a distillery and not have a couple of samples. So these things are made for people like me.
Oh, there's Fred. Fred just popped in. Great to see you.
Fred is here. You missed, I don't know if he's still hanging out, but Andrew Sherwin was here. So if he's still in the chat, maybe y'all should say hello to each other.
Yep.
Ginger says the Kentucky Bourbon Trail is more like the Oregon Trail.
That's so true. It's so damn long.
You will die of dysentery on the Kentucky Trail.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's very possible. Well, just all the toilet seats lined up against the road.
Oh my God, you will see more toilets and bathtubs on the side of the road in the Bourbon Trail than anywhere in the country.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Who knew?
Some were just out there just by themselves.
Well, I suspect, because we're going to be driving from Chicago to New Orleans, we're going to have to drive through.
We're actually going through.
So we're doing in. How are we going to get there?
Oh, just
our route?
straight south, 60. What is that? 65.
So we're going to drive through Missouri. No, we'd take
No,
55.
No, we're not taking.
Isn't that a straighter route?
Nope. No,
Oh.
because remember we're going through Memphis. Okay, we don't have to
Right.
plan this out here.
All right. But my point being, aren't we going to drive through like Mississippi?
I think
Possibly
not.
Alabama?
Yeah, well, Alabama for sure.
Yeah.
but not Mississippi. I don't think.
I feel like we're going to drive through Mississippi.
Oh, okay. Well,
But
we'll see.
that being said, we're going to see all sorts of amazing roadside attractions.
Yeah, we're gonna be in the deep south.
We'll be in the deep, deep South. I love it.
It'll be like House of a Thousand Corpses.
And I will be the leader.
Yes, you would be.
So moving right along, our next side hustle of the night would be kind of crazy, a friend for hire. Now, this is an actually very old concept. It was done back in like even towards the 1800s where people were companions. You would have a paid companion for, say, a wealthy woman who needed a younger companion to, do her errands for her, to keep her company on, travels, so that, because women couldn't really travel alone. You would have this paid companion who would be by your side. And it's kind of,
It's
evolved
morphed.
over time. But, and Fred's saying that YouTube is messed up. Is that the case, David, the producer?
No, everything seems fine here.
All right.
Yeah, everything seems to be
All
going
right.
good.
Well, Fred, looks like it's your internet connection. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
You'll have to excuse me. My allergies are driving me crazy today. So renting a friend is crazy to me. Like, you can rent a friend to accompany you on a wedding, to just hang out with. This is actually a service called Rent a Friend.
Yes, there's I was looking this up myself, and there's like 3 or 4 that I found out there that are national companies that will rent you a friend. And it could just be someone to talk on the phone like once a week.
Right.
Or it could be someone that you could go hang out with and do stuff with, go see a movie. It seems really odd to me. Now, if I were in my 80s or, hundreds, and all my friends were dead,
Right.
I would consider, okay, well, maybe that's not a bad idea.
Right. You go back to the 1800s concept of a paid companion.
That's right. But
It just seems so odd to me, somebody in their, 30s or whatever, using this service to have somebody to go to the movies with. Like, I get it. It's fucking hard to make friends. I haven't had very much luck doing it, these days, but that's, I think, my own fault.
And Nick says, I also need this service for a friend. Yeah. Of course.
The last
You did a real great job of making friends there.
poor woman, I adore her. I think she's smart, she's attractive, she's great to hang out with. I got her so drunk. I mean, we're talking just passed out on the floor in Disney World, drunk. And it was all my doing.
Not so good.
No, it really wasn't. But I was fine. But I really felt
And that's all that really matters,
I felt
right?
bad for her husband who had to cart her home. And the next day she was totally out of commission. And I know she was cursing my name. So I just, Whiskey Crusaders say, good news, you got a lot of friends on here.
Aw. See?
Oh,
That's
thank
awesome.
you.
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, and here, you guys are on your own. You're in your own homes. I'm not forcing shots on you.
Not yet.
Not yet. Give me time.
That'll happen soon.
Well, we are all comfortable in drinking.
Exactly. So, you know what you're going to be talking about next week yet?
Haven't got a clue.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so if there's something y'all want to talk about on Bourbon Soak Live, let me know. And I see Ginger says she wants to be passed out in Disney World drunk. And Whiskey Crusaders say Disney World drunk on other people sounds entertaining. It's a blast. I mean, truly, Disney while drinking is awesome. It's really, really fun.
It's more of an adult experience than you would think. We've, gone how many times in the last 12 years? 5, 6?
More than that.
Okay.
Yeah, almost 8, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've gone a lot.
Yeah.
You can make it an adult experience.
You really can. And it's not, I mean, it's fun. There are great bars there. We went to the Abracadabra bar on the boardwalk, which is our
Quality
hotel.
bourbons, mind you.
They had a huge bourbon selection. In fact, I drank both Abracadabra bar and the California Grill at the Contemporary Resort. I drank them out of Blanton's, and they were nice enough, both places, to give me the bottle tops.
Yeah. They gave us 2 of them, right?
They did, yeah. I got 2 of them I brought back.
Yeah, because we don't have the full collection yet.
So Larry wants to know how alcohol consumption has increased during our self-quarantine. It hasn't. I mean,
Yeah, hasn't made any difference.
I'd say it's the same.
Yeah, it's no difference. Yep. All day, every day.
Well, what I was going to say is, contrary to popular opinion, we don't drink like heathens every waking hour of the day.
No, we do not.
No. Whiskey Crusaders say, I would think screaming kids would require drinking. I'll give kids a pass in Disney World. As long as they're not bothering me, they can do whatever they want.
Do whatever you want, just don't do it around me. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it's Disney World. It's overstimulation. It's a ton of stuff going on. I get it. Kids are going to, react to it. But hey, that's part of the magic, right? And
Exactly.
that's what Disney's about.
I see a lot of people here saying, yep, drinking the same amount, no difference. It hasn't increased consumption.
No, I mean, and I really don't think it should. Just because you're at home more hours in the day doesn't mean you should be drinking more.
Yeah.
You
A lot of us still have jobs that we have to do remotely.
Exactly. I'm still a writer. I still write every day. And, I'm not Ernest Hemingway. I can't, wake up and have, a bottle of wine while I write. That's just not what I do. So I drink tea that's been aged in bourbon casks.
Yeah, and Matt from Whiskey Crusaders, of course, he says, I have 2. It's required. It's actually required by state law down there in Texas by you. So
What is that?
2 drinks a day.
Oh, yes, I understand. And I see Ginger would like to share recipes next episode. Well, that's a fun idea. I'll give that some thought, Ginger. I like that. Now, remember, y'all, you're watching Bourbon Soaked Live. And every Monday night, this is what we do. We gather here on YouTube to share cocktails and conversation. So make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you never miss a bourbon-soaked episode. Now, I got some cool news about my podcast. It's called The Unwritable Rant. It's available wherever you listen to podcasts. Starting in May, I'm going to be serializing my book for the podcast. So every week, I'm going to be releasing, a handful of chapters. And for the entire month, you're going to be able to hear the book for free on the podcast. And I'll be offering all sorts of insight and, little additional narratives to some of the stories in the book. Because, David and I, we're going to be doing a lot in May. So I thought it was a good opportunity to, share the book that y'all have said that you want to check out in a very cool, easily accessible way. Look at you nodding your head.
I'm just thinking of all the work it's going to mean to me. Yes.
It's going to be a lot of work for both of us. I have to record it. You have to edit it. But really, y'all,
It'll be a blast.
I'm so excited
You've been wanting to do this
this
for a long time, to do an audio version of your book. Matter of fact, we were talking to, who was the one who we were talking to like 3 years ago?
Audible?
Podcaster.
No. Oh. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was. But we were talking to another podcaster, and they said, why in the hell haven't you done your book on your podcast?
Well, I know a lot of people have wanted an audio version of it because that's how they read their books.
Right.
And I've totally thought about doing that. But the book has been out for so long now that I don't want to make people buy it.
Right.
And since y'all are already listening to the podcast, I thought, well, hell, this is a cool way to do it. So that's going to happen the beginning of May. Now, y'all, let's see if we can pull out a roll call here of thank yous. Let's see. So we've had some newcomers to the show. Our friends at Epic Film Guys were here. Thanks so much, Nick, for being here. Let's see. Fred Rosado was here. Our PETM boys were here. Awesome to see you guys. Ginger and Will, it is always a treat to hang out with you. And Wes, thanks for being here. I know Margot from Book versus Movie podcast was here earlier. My bourbon friends, Whiskey Crusader, Blended Whiskey, Malted in Montreal. Thank you for sharing a couple of drinks with me here on Bourbon Soak Live. Pusha was here earlier, which is awesome. Don't get to see them that often.
Halos and Heathens. our good
Halos and
friends there.
Heathens, of course. They also have a YouTube channel and a podcast. They're excellent. I know our friend Ron was here earlier.
Ron.
Real Wicked Canadian.
Yep.
And God,
You had Dave Larson.
Dave
Charles.
Larson, Patrick Fulmer,
Patrick
Charles
Fulmer.
Ashworth was here.
Yes.
So
There you go.
it's been a hell of a night, y'all. Thanks so much for joining me and talking about your favorite side hustles. I'll be back again next Monday night at 7 p.m. to, share some more bourbon-soaked fun with y'all. Cheers. You're still here? It's over.